Willis-shorts. With classroom standards and curriculum being dynamic, the educational technologies used to both instruct and comprehend require modification and adaptation for effective results throughout history. Could you imagine using one of these as your modern day textbook? This is a horn book. Purdue Online states in their article, The Evolution of Technology in the Classroom, that they were used in the 1600s colonial period for students to review and master verses. It gained the name horn book due to its translucent horn sealing in the printed lessons. Today I will be speaking about the various technological tools used throughout history to further education. Whether pursuing an education, providing instruction, or even just an ordinary citizen, educational technology advances the entire community due to its multi-benefits and pedagogical benefits. With classroom resources and standards being dynamic, the educational technology used to both teach and learn required adaptation and modification to effectively teach historically. Today I will be speaking about the various technologies starting with the 1700s to the 1800s, then the 1900s, and concluding with the 2000s to date. Beginning in the 1700s with the pencil and the magic lantern. According to the Margolin in the article, The Surprising History of the Pencil, the modern pencil was created by Nicolas Jacques-Conti in 1795. It was instantly popularized due to its lack of dust and marking paper perfectly. Shortly thereafter, stated in BGSU's Student Digital Gallery, the Magen Cartaprica, known as the Magic Lantern, was invented by German Kescher in 1870. It was a candlelit machine capable of projecting handmade images, but it wasn't until 1886 when it was used for educational purposes as visual aid at New York State University. Moving on to the 1900s, which provided inventions such as the pen, overhead projector, videotape, radio, headphone, teaching machine, and personal computer. Today we will be just focusing on the teaching machine, headphones, and personal computers. The teaching machine, created by Sidney Pressey in the 1920s, according to the learning curve reporter Dan Arbitron, was meant to individualize learning and liberate teachers from the burden of drilling and testing, as well as liberating students from conformity. The machine resembled a typewriter with a screen where as answers appeared, students could click keys to select their answer. 30 years later, though, due to the Cold War, language labs grew in popularity. As a result, John Koss's stereo headphones were able to listen to lessons on demand to gain the benefits of repetition while learning a new language. Shortly thereafter, in the 1980s, the personal computers were invented. And this is a personal computer. As stated by the Learning Curve reporter Dan Arbitron, the Oregon Trail program on personal computers explained the trials and tribulations of settlers through educational video games, although there only was initially one computer per every 100 students. Concluding with the 2000s to date, it produced inventions such as the smartboard, the iPad clicker, smartphones, as well as Chromebooks. We will just be focusing on the smart whiteboard and Chromebooks today. Fatima Alzma, computer scientist at SCI Planet, presented smartboards were invented by David Martin and Nancy Knowlton. It allowed touch control while applications could be ran from a neighboring computer. It was used for writing, solving math problems, working on videos, etc. Shortly after, Chromebooks were introduced through a pilot program in 2010. Chromebooks are laptops with the capability of numerous educational apps. These functions were what gained its popularity with the educational tool in the first place. Fast forward to 2020, when the pandemic occurred, Chromebooks were one of the only pre-existing one-to-one programs for teachers to instruct, stated by Elena Hubeck of Education Week. Today, I feel like you've gained a great overview of the various educational tools used to propel students' academic careers through their entire lives. In conclusion, due to the fluidity of academic curriculum and learning demands, the educational technology used to both instruct and comprehend have been modified and adapted throughout history to effectively teach during that time period. Thank you for listening.